If you can dream it, we can plan it. Oh, where do you want to go? Just let me know. Magic moments, far off oceans. We're chasing sunsets, chasing hope. Pack your bags, we'll handle the rest. With dreams and destinations, we're chasing the best. Your imagination, our inspiration, will take you coast to coast, no hesitation. Like dreams and destinations. Oh, oh.
Hello and welcome to Dreams and Destinations, a travel podcast brought to you by the agents of a Dream and a Wish Travel Co. I'm your host, Ashlyn, aka the Duchess of Disney. With me today, as always, is the incomparable, the invincible, the incandescent travel whiz Liz.
You always get me with the adjectives. You always find one that I'm just like, what?
Incandescent. You're incandescent. You're glowing.
Okay.
You're luminous. I just like to have fun with it, man.
I know it must be the light bulbs I have next to me or something.
You are so
Incandescent.
yeah.
Hello, everyone. I made it back from my Walt Disney World vacation.
Yes.
Vacation. I'm kind of sad to be home, but also very happy to be chatting with you today.
Don't even start with me sad. This girl had the audacity to call me as she's driving home from Disney World and tells me that she's sad and she misses Disney. And I'm like, dude, you live like what, an hour and a half away?
90 minutes, yeah.
You get to go all the time and you'll be back in what, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about
26
it.
days. I also had the audacity to send Ashlyn a picture of me in the France Pavilion eating a baguette because I know how much she loves the baguettes, and honestly, so do I.
They're good.
I got and my friend who's a cast member there has never had a baguette, and so we were talking about getting just a snack, and I said, let's go to France and get a baguette, and he says, well, what do you mean a baguette? I'm like, I mean a big giant baguette we're going to carry around and dip it in butter and live our best life.
Yeah.
And we did.
And it's so good, but very rude of you to do. I get 2 pictures of Liz mowing down on a baguette in France. I was like, this is just rude.
And the best part was I bought that on my last day of my trip and did not finish it. So it came home with me and I ate it for breakfast.
I can't. This is silly, but I can't tell you how many times I've done that. I'll put it in my suitcase and literally take it home with me on the plane.
Why not? It's good.
Literally, it's so good.
I'm not wasting that. It's like when I have dining plan credits left at the end, I'm bringing home like a bag full of Uncrustables because I had 4 kids quick service meals left because my daughter eats nothing.
Yeah, that's actually really smart. If you're road tripping home from Disney, especially, and you have quick service left over, girl.
Or snack credits.
Yeah, snack credits. You go, you get that stuff. Ooh,
yeah,
girl.
You empty that dining plan. Do not leave any meal behind.
Yeah.
Never. No, but we had such a fun time with Haley and the kids, and little Q rode Seven Dwarfs Mine Train again, and it was comical.
If you have not seen Liz's video of Q riding Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, go to her Instagram immediately and watch.
It's absolutely. She goes from so excited about the roller coaster to just glass face at the end. What have I done?
Horrified.
But we're okay. But the cute thing was though, when we got home and she talked to her dad, she said, "Dad, I rode a roller coaster. I'm going to ride with you next time." So she's ready to rock again.
She's a brave girl.
She's a rock star. So but it was a lot of fun seeing the fireworks and watching the kids hang out. Haley and I are raising some bougie freaking toddlers though, because they swagger into that club lounge like, "Hi, I'm just here for my kids' table and the dessert. If you can just go ahead and bring me my juice now, thanks."
Thank you, garçon.
Oh my gosh, like they're just way too natural at it. It was very, very funny, but yeah, we had a wonderful time, and big thanks to Haley for inviting us to crash her weekend. We loved it.
I love it when the agents get together and their kids get together and everything from the travel agency. It's so cute. Love
and
it.
was our kids are so close in age too. So like their like they just all played together and they had that same imagination and played the same goofy games. And it was very cute.
I love that.
So, but yeah.
So today's episode is going to be really fun. Liz, cheers me really quick. Let's have a cheers. If you are listening to this and not watching this, we both have our Yub Nub cups from Oga's Cantina. And they come with a very special drink called the Yub Nub. Ooh, yeah. And it's so yummy. Oga's Cantina in Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios. And why do we have these today, you ask? I'm so glad you asked. Wait, I got to take a sip really quick. Because it's bad luck to cheers and not take a sip. Did you know that?
It is true, yeah.
So we have our Yub Nub cups today because on today's show, we're sipping cocktails and chatting about the absolute best bars and lounges in Walt Disney World. Because let's face it, sometimes after a long day of walking 15,000 steps and waiting in lines for hours on end, you don't need any more pixie dust. You need a drink. And beyond the castle and character dining and the iconic attractions, Disney World is also home to award-winning handcrafted cocktails, elite bartenders, and lounges with immersive theming so stunning, you may never want to leave. So whether you're ready to sip your way around the world or you just need a little margarita break, this is your guide to drinking your way through Disney responsibly. Let's highlight that, responsibly, okay? Because they will kick you out if you're irresponsible. This is true facts. There are well over 100 different bars and lounges in Disney World, so let's get into it. Liz, we talk a lot on this show about our love of food and beverages. And we do love our food and beverages at Walt Disney World especially. What makes a Disney bar or a Disney lounge different from just your everyday pub at home?
First, like everything Disney does, the theming of their bars and lounges is out of this world incredible. Depending on the location of your bar, it will change what the theme on the inside is. So if you are, we talk about Oga's Cantina because we love Oga's Cantina. That's smack dab in the middle of Batu and Galaxy's Edge. So the theming inside is very Star Wars. They've got the music playing from the cantina scene from A New Hope. They've got drinks that are named after iconic moments in the movie, and they've got their staff, their servers, their bartenders, their hosts and hostesses wearing costumes that are very fitting for a Star Wars trading port, which is what Batu is. We'll talk about that next week. So the theming is so cool when you walk in, from the stuff on the walls to what the costumes that the employees are wearing, and even the characters that they all play. The bartenders and the servers at these lounges, they really get into the theme of their restaurant, of their bar, of their lounge. They in Oga's, they say bright suns. They ask you for your credits instead of how are you paying. They're saying, oh, this is how many credits would you like to pay with? If it's your birthday, they tell you Happy Life Day. It's just very, the staff stays very in character the whole time. On top of that, the cocktails they create are very specific to where you are drinking at. So in the newest bar in Magic Kingdom, the Beacon Barrel, it's a pirate themed bar. So you're going to have lots of rum based drinks because it's a pirate themed bar. In Animal Kingdom, Nomad's Lounge has a lot of very fresh, fragrant drinks that I don't want to say they taste earthy, but they're floral. They just taste like they come from very fresh ingredients because you're in the Animal Kingdom, you're in the middle of the wild. So anywhere you go, the cocktails are meant to fit the lounge you are in, whether it's the garnish they put them in, the type of glass they use, or even just the flavors and the different ingredients that they use for them. They're very specific to your location and your theme. Mm-hmm. And that to me just makes it not just, you're not just going to get a drink. Anybody can walk up to a bar and order themselves a Bud Light and be content with it, and it will do its job. But you can't go to a bar at Disney, even if you order a Bud Light, it's going to have a funny name that maybe makes it fit its location a little bit more. They're going to serve it with some flair. It's all about the full experience of enjoying that cocktail, not just having a cocktail for cocktail's sake. However, when you do need a cocktail for cocktail's sake, these are not weakling drinks. These are not super watered down theme park drinks like you would imagine. They're made the same way you would get them in a restaurant or a bar outside of Walt Disney World. Now, the price point might be a little bit higher because you're inside of Walt Disney World, but I wouldn't say it's overall way more expensive than you would see outside of Walt Disney World.
No.
And you get that added value of that entertainment, that theming that goes along with it too. So I'm a big fan of the Disney Bar and Lounge. I've seen what'd you say? They're over 100. I think I've been to it. I have to have been to at least 90. I don't know. I feel like I've tried a lot of them over the years. So, but speaking of these 100 plus bars and lounges, Ash, where can adults find these alcoholic beverages around Walt Disney World, and where can they 100% not find them even if they try?
Okay, so 100% not find them. Bear with me a little bit because I need to start this answer with a little anecdote because I find it absolutely fascinating. Did you know that Walt Disney World was almost built in Missouri?
Oh, that'd be weird.
That'd be so weird and cold.
Yeah.
But so for years, Disneyland in California was bone dry. No booze at the park, no alcohol, no exceptions. And that's because Walt Disney himself was very, very committed to the whole, wholesome family vibe. And he knew the second booze entered the picture, things could get a little, shall we say, precarious. Okay. This is like, when people try to climb the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot because they've had one too many, like things happen. So when Disneyland opened in 1955, it was a no alcohol zone, period. Now, fast forward, it's 1963, and Walt Disney is planning on a new park outside of California. And of course, this one was going to be alcohol-free as well. And the first place he thinks to open up this new park is, plot twist, not Florida, it's Missouri. Walt's happiest memories as a kid were when he lived in Missouri. And a lot of people know his hometown of Marceline, Missouri is what Main Street USA is modeled after. Very picturesque. So Walt wants to have this full circle moment and bring Disney parks to St. Louis. And it was this close to happening until Anheuser-Busch entered the conversation. August Busch Jr., who ran the giant beer company, Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser, and he also ran most of St. Louis, obviously wanted Budweiser sold in all of the parks. And Walt said, that's going to be a hard pass, my guy, not happening. So allegedly, during a cocktail party, I guess, August Busch makes a snarky remark about Walt. He says anybody who's running an amusement park without selling alcohol needs to have their head examined. Walt hears this, fuels up the private jet, pieces out, and says, we're going to go build a theme park somewhere else. And that's how it wound up in Florida because Walt was so adamant about not having booze in the parks. And I tell that little story specifically to illustrate that Walt was so serious about keeping the parks dry. And they were alcohol free for a very, very long time, especially Disneyland in California and Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World in Florida. So Magic Kingdom is one of those places where, girl, if you want alcohol in Magic Kingdom, you really have to go looking for it. You're not going to find a little kiosk or a little bar cart or a little beer cart anywhere. There was no alcohol in Magic Kingdom until 2012. When the Be Our Guest restaurant opened. So they really stuck to Walt's word on that until 2012 when Be Our Guest opened. And today, you are not going to find alcohol in Magic Kingdom unless you are either at a sit-down table service restaurant or you're at the new Beacon Barrel Pirate Tavern that Liz talked about earlier. Other than that, there is no booze to be found in Magic Kingdom. You have to have a reservation at a table service spot if you want an adult bevy at Magic Kingdom.
And I think, do you remember, I feel like it was just a couple of years ago where they put liquor in Magic Kingdom as well, because I think it only was beer and wine at the table service for a while.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah. Especially, they did it at Be Our Guest and Cinderella's Royal Table were the first two in Magic Kingdom to have it. I don't even think you could get like a mimosa or anything anywhere for a long time. So yeah, they were very, very stingy about it for a long time. And still, I mean, you can't take it outside of the restaurants like you can when you are at the other parks in Disney World. You can't just carry a beer around Magic Kingdom. That's not going to fly. The other three parks, though, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom, they are very well known for having fabulous adult beverage selections. So throughout those parks, you're going to find table service restaurants, quick service spots, bars, lounges, kiosks, beer carts that are going to offer everything from wine and beer to assorted cocktails. Now, the bars and lounges, like Liz said earlier, they're going to be beautifully themed, of course, and they're going to range from anything from like a very swanky, chic bar and lounge to something more immersive and kitschy. And then you also have the kiosks. Here's the thing with the kiosks. I don't want you to mistake them for a bar because they're not. You can't go sit down at one of these kiosks and kick your feet up and relax for a while. At the kiosks, you're going to stand there in line, you're going to grab your drink, and you're going to keep it moving, buddy. Here's the thing with the kiosks, though. Very honestly, some of the best drinks in Disney World are at those kiosks. We'll talk about that more a little later on in the show, but drinks at the kiosks, especially in Epcot, are utter perfection. And you're also going to find a wide range of adult beveraginos at your Disney hotels. All the hotels, they're going to have restaurants, bars, lounges. You can buy drinks in the gift shops, the pool bars. Some of these pool bars are insane. The moderate and deluxe hotels have absolutely insane drinks at their pool bars. So delicious. And then especially the deluxe resorts are going to have some of the best bars and lounges on property. They are beautifully themed to the hotels. And these are really the places at the deluxe resorts where you can sit back and relax after a long day and have a drink, grab a bite to eat, and just chill. Another popular spot for Disney adults is Disney Springs, and this is Disney World's entertainment district. You're going to find a lot of shopping here, dining, bars. There's some really amazing restaurants, bars and lounges in Disney Springs that have some very iconic, very popular drinks where people go there specifically to have a certain type of drink. So that's the rundown. All the Disney hotels have amazing bars, really phenomenal pool bars, amazing cocktails at their restaurants. All of the parks, except for Magic Kingdom, have a plethora of adult beverage options to choose from. Some of the bars and lounges, I will say, they are definitely going to require a reservation because they are so wildly popular. Others are only first come, first serve. And sometimes the wait can be insane. Trader Sam's Grog Grotto, for example, at Polynesian, I have been there sometimes where the wait is upwards of 3 hours. And that's crazy town, but to some people, it's totally worth it. I mean, sometimes for 3 hours, we'll go, just kind of hop around on the monorail line for a little while and then come back when it's closer to our, our 3 hour mark. And again, if you want a a drink at Magic Kingdom, you really need to make a reservation for a sit-down restaurant. That's the only place that you're getting any booze at Magic Kingdom. And then you can also hit up Disney Springs. So that's the rundown of where you can and cannot find adult beverages in Disney World. We've talked briefly about bar hopping or bar crawls in Disney World. And there are a few places that people typically tend to do this. So Liz, this is a good one. This is fun. Tell us about the different bar hopping or bar crawl areas for Disney adults.
I'm going to touch on the most obvious one first because I don't think it needs a ton of explanation, but I'm going to tell it with a funny anecdote also.
Love it.
So for my 30th birthday and the first birthday I ever celebrated with my now husband, we went to none other than Epcot to do the famous World Showcase, drink around the world. You know it, you love it, you've tried it at least once in your life. This is why I stand firm in my belief that if you are drinking around the world, you must start in Mexico. However, if you are eating around the world and drinking, you are not doing this with the intention of drinking in every country. You can start anywhere you want, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
For my 30th birthday, we went to Epcot, and we started in Canada. No big thing. We just went Canada first because I always go Canada first. But that day, the mission was one drink in every country. Now, there are 11 countries in the World Showcase, and we did not go during a festival time, which means 11 drinks are 11 drinks. They are not the small portion drinks you would get at the festival. They are full-size drinks. So I started in Canada, worked my way around, was doing wonderfully, so I thought, at this mission. By the time I had reached probably Germany, I was feeling some type of way. Wasn't hammered yet, but was definitely reaching my limits. Now, once you reach Germany, you still have 4 pavilions to go. So you aren't even close to the finish line yet. You're nearing it, but in terms of drinking around the world, you got a ways to go.
Yeah.
Is it 4? Am I counting right?
Germany.
And then you have,
Let's see,
Africa,
Mexico,
China,
Mexico,
Norway, Mexico.
China. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 4 to go. So you can imagine my state as I rolled up to the pyramid and I had been drinking my way through 10 countries as I entered La Cava, which for those of you who don't know, La Cava is a tequila bar inside of the Mexico Pavilion.
It's beautiful and it is very
gorgeous.
cool.
Delicious, amazing drinks. Your girl likes tequila. Your girl likes it a lot. It's probably my favorite liquor out there. And when I have a few too many, I think I am perfectly fluent at Spanish.
Don't we all?
Now, I do understand Spanish very, very, very well after spending lots of time in Mexico, working with a lot of different cooks in restaurants from Mexico. So I do understand it very well. But on that fateful day, I decided I could speak it very well and just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked and talked to the guy behind the bar to the point where he gave me not 1, but 2 full flights of tequila at no charge as a birthday pixie dust. 2 full flights of tequila means 8 shots of tequila.
Done.
My husband helped me with those. I don't even know how many I finished. All I know is I purchased these lovely ears from there. And I also somehow lost another set of ears at some point and got basically carried out to my car to make it back to the hotel, because this was prior to my knowledge of why it's so much better to stay on property. And we were staying at Disney Springs. So yeah, so you could do that bar crawl.
I did the same for my 21st birthday, and look
that's
how
why
it got me.
You start in Mexico because you're not making bad choices at the beginning.
You have to start in Canada because you start with a beer and you work your way up to the tequila.
Or you start with tequila and you're coming down drinking less potent drinks as you go.
No, because I don't
And
make
then
it
you
past La Cava, girl.
and then you don't order 8 shots of tequila as your end of the night drink. So so that is my steadfast belief. If you are drinking around the world, you start in Mexico, because then at least you'll just get a margarita and not 8 shots of tequila. So there's that. There's that bar crawl. Now to less sloppy bar crawls.
Yeah.
You can do one along the monorail loop, which is super fun. There's 3 resorts on the monorail. They all have different bars. In the Polynesian, you've got Trader Sam's you can go to, which I will go. I promise I will go.
I know. You will. I know.
Plus, there's a couple other like little poolside bars and lounges at the Polynesian you can go to. Then you can hop on over to Grand Floridian, which Grand Floridian has the Enchanted Rose, which is a very, very pretty bar. And it also has the Perch now in the lobby, which makes some really good cocktails. They only have a handful, but they're very, very good. So when next time you're on property, check out the Perch. They did a great job with it. And then you can head over to Contemporary, and they have the Outer Rim bar right there, which is pretty. It's just a fun bar. It's got a great view of the castle. You can go around fireworks time, or if you want to go a little bougier, you can go to Steakhouse 71 and sit at their bar. Up to California Grill, sit at their bar. But that's a really fun little bar crawl to do around the monorail. You can pop into Magic Kingdom if you want. Another one people are doing, which I think would be not as fun, is the Skyliner one.
Yeah.
Which I love riding the Skyliner, but getting off the Skyliner and getting to the bars it's a hike.
It seems very spaced out.
Yeah. So
whereas the monorail is super simple because it's right there and there's not a lot of walking involved.
No, you get off the monorail and you might have to go down a flight of stairs or around a corner, but for the most part, they're all right there. Skyliner, if you want to try that one, just be prepared. It's going to have a lot of walking to do all of those, but it is doable. You can try several different ones. And if you've got a day where you're not going to the park and you just want to try something different, it would be fun because everyone loves riding the Skyliner. And then, like Ashlyn said, in Disney Springs, there's lots of different bars. There's live music all over Disney Springs. So, and you can carry a drink around inside of Disney Springs, which is cool too. There's a lot of little kiosks where you can just go grab a drink. So that's another great place if you just want to try a lot of different drinks. We're not going to call them bar crawls because we're adults now. We're not 21-year-olds. We're going to call them just beverage sampling. So if you would like to beverage sample around the World Showcase or the monorail or the Skyliner,
yes,
those are all very doable. And it would be a really fun way to spend a few hours of your day. So
totally.
I mean, those would be the main ones. I mean, you could do the boardwalk loop too. You could do, there's some other little baby ones you could do.
I do love the boardwalk loop.
I did see, I saw an Instagram reel from someone. I can't remember who it was. I'd shout you out if I could, but I honestly don't remember what account I saw it, where they did a boat. So they took only boats to different places.
Oh, that'd be
that was
fun.
the only way that you could go from A to B. So they did like the Friendship boats, and then they did like the Wilderness Lodge boats, and then they did the Disney Spring boats. It was funny. So lots of different ways. So
on their what did you call it?
What?
A beverage sampling. Beverage
sampling.
Darling, I'm off on my beverage sampling expedition.
A BSE.
The old BSE.
Good old BSE. So I'm curious. I saw on our Instagram we posted a survey. So I'm dying to know the results.
Yes. So as usual, we did send out a survey to our fellow travel agents at A Dream and a Wish Travel Co. And we'll be sharing those answers later throughout the show. But we also did something new. We polled our listeners on Instagram and we asked them about their favorite places to beverage sample, and where they like to start drinking when they're doing the Drinking Around the World and World Showcase. And here's what our listeners had to say. So when it comes to drinking around the world, 10% of them start at the back of World Showcase at International Gateway, and because there's a back entrance to Epcot. And if you're starting that way, you're either going to start with France or the United Kingdom from International Gateway. 30% start in Canada and 60% start in Mexico. You know, those crazy tequila drinkers are starting starting in Mexico.
It's the responsible thing to do.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
I would have disagreed until this day, until the ears day, and that's what changed my tune. I was Canada for life.
Yeah, I'm Canada for life. So we also asked what Disney World park had the best adult beverages. Full transparency, we didn't even offer Magic Kingdom as an option because we all know that Magic Kingdom is not the answer. So 11% said Animal Kingdom has the best adult beverages. 22% said Hollywood Studios. And no surprise here, 67% said Epcot. We asked them which bar crawl or beverage sampling is better, the monorail or the Skyliner. 21% said the Skyliner loop, and 79% said monorail line. Also not a surprise there. And lastly, we asked our audience where they would rather go beverage sampling, Disney Springs or the boardwalk area. 33% said around Disney Springs and 67% said around the boardwalk, which I also agree with. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do we feel about those results?
Okay, for the first question, I kind of forgot about the France entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you start.
Yeah.
That's where you start. And truthfully, whether I go left or right, 100% depends on which side the crowd looks smaller. Mm-hmm. I walk in and I say, how does France look? How did the UK look? And then I go from there. So yeah, I agree with that one. I'm a boardwalk girly, and that's where I want to enter from every single time.
That's where I generally, because we've said this before on the show, we both stay in that area. So entering from International Gateway that's the pro move right there. I
agree, because entering from the front, from the parking lot is awful.
It's a hike.
It's a hike. You have to walk a ways just to get back to the showcase. So if you're going there for food and drinks, going through that France UK entrance is really nice. So yeah, I'm on board with that one. Do you want to be a little shocked? You ready for your shocking moment?
Yeah.
For favorite beverages, like the best ones,
yeah.
I actually picked Animal Kingdom.
You did. Mm-hmm. Okay, you know what? That's not that surprising, because Animal Kingdom food and beverage in Animal Kingdom,
so good,
totally underrated. Mm-hmm. So good.
Even like some of the drinks at like their quick service are just they're so tasty that you don't sleep on them. Like, don't sleep on that margarita in Pandora. Don't sleep on the little it's like a citrus lemonade, something they have at the barbecue place. They have some very good quick service cocktails too, and they are not for the weak.
No, they're not.
They're good. Yeah, I was in the big time minority there, just because I really do like the food and drinks at Animal Kingdom.
I agree with that. Honestly, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, you're going to find something that you like to eat and drink in all of those places.
Mm-hmm. What was the other one? The monorail. I would say, I mean, we kind of already talked about that. The monorail being a little bit better, just simpler. I think the bars are pretty equal on either bar crawl. I just think the convenience, if you're going to do a beverage sampling excursion,
yes,
and you want to be very efficient with your beverage sampling, monorail's the way to go for sure. Yeah. And then my girl Boardwalk always wins.
Always. The ambiance. Come on now, ambiance. Yes.
Now, if you're listening, Disney, bring me back my jelly rolls. That's all I want. Bring her back. I need my dueling pianos.
When we started planning this episode, one of the first bars that I thought about was Jelly Rolls. And for those of you who don't know, Jelly Rolls on the boardwalk was this dueling piano bar. Truly one of the coolest places in Disney World to grab a drink. I mean, and just like hang out and have a good time. It was amazing.
So fun.
And it went bye-bye. I don't know where it went, but it needs to return. Disney, please, hear our plea. Bring it back.
But hey, speaking of very fun,
yes,
bars and lounges.
Yes.
many guests that visit Disney come with kids. So are any of these bars kid friendly? And also on the flip side, are there any that are adult only so we can avoid the kids if we want to?
Sometimes you need to avoid the kids. I get it. So there are two places in Disney that are 100% of the time kid-free, adult-exclusive zones. No kids allowed. First, the Atlantic Dance Hall at the boardwalk. It doesn't even open until the evening, usually like around 8 p.m. and it is adults only. And as you've guessed it, it's a dance hall. It's a rager in there sometimes. It's I don't know. It's a weird, odd place in the best of ways. Does that make any sense?
How Jelly Rolls closed and Atlantic Dance Hall stayed open blows my mind, because it's a good time. Don't get me wrong, but it's unique.
It's very unique. Yeah. It's a rager sometimes, but it's an interesting place. Anyway, that is adult only. Then you've got the new Geo 82 lounge, which is very posh. It's a very luxurious lounge in Epcot. Yes, darling. Drink your tea. That is exclusively adults always. My husband and I went to Geo 82 for the first time on our last trip. Listen, it was 2 p.m. It was 900 degrees outside and it was 2,000% humidity. And we walked into Geo 82, girl, it was fully conditioned like a meat locker in there, and they handed us cold towels and the lights were dimmed. I came back to life. It was so nice. It was lovely. So anyway, if you're child free in Epcot, it's a great place. Perfect reprieve from the busy, hot, sweaty theme park. So those are two spots that are always adult only. Then there are plenty of really great spots that are more adult centric, even though they aren't adult only. So Trader Sam's Grog Grotto at the Polynesian is adult only after 8 p.m. It's very kitschy. It's very over the top. It's an interactive bar, super fun. During the day, it's actually really great for kids. But after 8 p.m., it gets buck wild in there. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it's a party. So that's definitely great for adults only in the evening time. The Edison in Disney Springs is also adults only after like 10 p.m. And then you've got some swankier, more deluxe, more cosmopolitan, sophisticated lounges that are definitely geared towards adults. Certainly you can, because it's Disney, they want to make everything as accessible as possible for every traveling party. So you can take your kids there. But they're not going to have as much fun as you're having. So places like the Enchanted Rose, for example, at Grand Floridian, they're more sophisticated. They're just not as kid-friendly as some other places. You know, the vibe is very chic. It's very elegant. Enchanted Rose is a beautiful spot for maybe date night. It's just not as kid-friendly as some other bars and lounges. I say that, and I've literally taken kids to Enchanted Rose to take a nap on the couches out on the balcony in the afternoon and have a snack. So maybe if your kids are super chill, take them to the Enchanted Rose. I don't know. But especially at night, though, some of those bars and lounges are definitely geared towards adults. Places like Enchanted Rose or Abracadabra on the boardwalk, definitely designed for adults, not for kids. That being said, there are plenty of kid-friendly spots in Disney World to go grab a drink. Of course, you know, all of the restaurants, all of those kiosks and beer carts that we've talked about, you can run up and just grab a drink there super easily. But also, there are bars and lounges that are fun for kids, and they're more family-friendly. You know, I mentioned that Trader Sam's is great for kiddos prior to 8 p.m. The caveat there is that Trader Sam's can be a little bit overwhelming or overstimulating. Like I said, it's interactive. There are loud noises, and it gets dark in there. And they'll do like lightning and thunder sometimes, and the bartenders are shouting fun little slogans. So if your child has any sensory or overstimulation issues, it may be a bit too much for them. But overall, Trader Sam's is a great one for kids. Oga's Cantina and Galaxy's Edge, another great one for kids. There's a lot to look at. There's a little droid DJ, which is fun. Beacon Barrel is along the same lines in Magic Kingdom. It's very immersive. It's pirate themed. I mean, what kid isn't going to go in there and be like, whoa, dude, this is so cool? Because it is, dude. It's really cool. It's just a fun ambiance for kids. The lounge at Space 220, another one. It is space themed. Like, kids love that stuff. Jock Lindsay's in Disney Springs is another fun one. It's Indiana Jones themed. Love that one. And then, of course, you know, any poolside bar that you want to go to is great, because you just throw your kid in the pool and go have a drink. It's lovely. So yeah, the takeaway here is that the more heavily themed spots that are immersive and have a ton to see and to look at, those are definitely better for the kiddos.
Yeah, I would agree. And a lot of these immersive ones she's talking about too, Oga's, Trader Sam's, Beacon Barrel, Space 220, sometimes Jock Lindsay's, not always. They do have a lot of those special effects immersion themes in them. So just understand that even if you have a Star Wars loving kid, it's very loud in there. The stormtroopers walk in every now and then. The hyperdrive fails every now and then. So they can be very loud and overstimulating. So if you have a kiddo or even an adult who needs to break away and you think, hey, a lounge is going to be the place to do it, do a little bit of research and make sure it's not one of those immersion type lounges, because they will be the opposite of relaxing for your overstimulated kid or husband.
Yeah, totally.
Truthfully. So
Totally.
With all of the different options out there, though, we decided to reach out and get some opinions other than Ashlyn and myself. So we asked all of our fellow travel agents the same question: which bars are more family friendly and which are better for adults only? And here's what they had to say. We just ranked them 1 to 5. So for family friendly, in 5th place, we had the Wailulu at the Polynesian. Is that the poolside bar?
That's the one. That's the new one in the
By the tower.
Mhm.
Okay.
With
That's
the
new one by
little
this-
water, the outdoor one. It's kind of swanky
really,
out there.
It is really cute, though.
Yeah,
It's
beautiful.
a really cute location. Number 4 is the Nomad Lounge in Animal Kingdom, which this is one of those definitely quiet reset type of bars. It's really quiet. It's nice and cool in there. It's mature, but not it. But it doesn't have that like over the top animated characters, things like that. So that's a very good take a break one.
It's very chill. Yeah.
3rd place, Trader Sam's at the Polynesian. 2nd place, the Beacon Barrel at Magic Kingdom. This is the brand new pirate bar, hasn't even been open a year. It is a blast. All of the servers talk like pirates. It is an absolute riot. And then my favorite, Ashlyn's favorite, Oga's Cantina at Hollywood Studios. If you have a Star Wars, not even loving, if you have a Star Wars tolerating family member, they will have a good time. It's a very, very fun place. Pro tip: get a reservation in the evening so that you'll be leaving right after the park closes for just some amazing views of the Millennium Falcon, all lit up at night without the crowd of people in front of it. It's very cool.
That's one of our favorite things to do. Get that very last reservation you can and stay as long as you can. You're walking out of that park with 0 crowds. It's gorgeous.
But if you are staying on property and you took a bus there, just make sure you don't get stuck without the bus, or you will be Ubering back to your resort. So those are our family friendly top 5. For adults, our top 5 was 5th place, the Dahlia Lounge at Coronado Springs, which I toured that on my tour last week.
Yeah.
I've been to Toledo, but I've never been to Dahlia. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, dude, I looked at their menu today as I was compiling this list from our travel agents. The food, like their little tapas bites, look ridiculous. That's going to be on my list of places to go next trip.
Well, and they have this big, gorgeous balcony where you can see you can see right into Galaxy's Edge. If you look, kind of down the balcony, you can see Epcot. And they told us that they now pipe the Epcot fireworks music in.
Stop.
So you can watch. It's not a great view of the fireworks, but it's a decent view of the fireworks. But now they pipe the music into Dahlia's Lounge too. So, and very cool history fact about Dahlia's too. Didn't know this. The whole lounge was inspired by Walt's relationship with Salvador Dali, the artist.
No way.
Yeah. So there's all these photos of Disney and Dali together and all this stuff they did together, despite having never spoke the same language. Salvador Dali did not speak English and Walt Disney did not speak Spanish, but these two men created all these really cool things just based on the language of creativity and imagination, which I thought, what a great little story. So
That's
Dahlia,
so cool.
I will be checking that out on my next child-free trip for sure. Definitely not for kids. It's very swanky. It's very, very pretty though.
Yeah.
In fourth place was Geo 82 at Epcot. That's the new ball behind the bar. Right? Bar behind the ball. There's water in here today. I swear it is water. In third place. Well, she's on both lists, so I'm going to let it go.
Yeah.
Oga's Cantina is in third place.
Yep.
Great for kids, but also very fun place for adults. Number 2 was the Enchanted Rose at the Grand Floridian. Okay. And in first place, Trader Sam's at Polynesian. So Trader Sam's and Oga's made both lists.
Yeah. Best for adults only. I get Enchanted Rose being good for adults only for sure.
Yeah, it is very pretty and swanky and relaxing. I could see that.
Especially at night.
I see that. Okay. And then the last question we asked was the best bar or lounge to get food or snacks. Here are the results. Fifth place, Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar in Disney Springs.
Good choice.
Fourth place, Dahlia Lounge at Coronado. I can't confirm yet, but I will soon.
Cannot confirm, but like I said, that menu looked fantastic.
Third place, Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge. Okay, I'm on board.
Yes.
Second place, Nomad Lounge at Animal Kingdom. Yup.
Yes.
The churros are to die for. Best churros on property.
Very correct.
And first place, Steakhouse 71 Lounge at the Contemporary, which again, I agree because Steakhouse 71 has killer food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty legit list right there. Especially first through third.
Yeah, Dahlia I haven't tried, so I can't comment on that. I don't know that I've ever ordered food at Jock Lindsay's.
It's good. It's like a elevated version of your favorite bar foods. Their giant pretzel is ridiculous. It's my favorite pretzel on property.
I'm gonna have to try their food. I've only really been there during the holidays when it gets taken over.
It's cute. It's really cute.
Very cute.
Holidays.
Yeah, that's the only time I've been there. So because Disney Springs, I don't end up going there a lot.
Neither do I. I should go more often, but then I'm like, why would I go there when I can be in Epcot, man? Like,
that's how I feel, and it just gets. Sometimes I feel Disney Springs is so crowded too because it's a Disney property, but it does not cost any money.
Right.
To park there, you can go walk around. So it really does get very, very crowded sometimes at Disney Springs, and it's hot.
Yeah.
There's no shade. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's a big outdoor mall. So maybe I'll give specific bars at Disney Springs a chance, but I'm not wandering, not doing that bar crawl.
Okay.
That's fair. So I think I'm agreeing. All right.
Yeah. Good lists. Good job. Good job, fellow travel agents. So, Liz, you start, girl.
Okay.
What are your top 5 favorite bars and lounges in Walt Disney World?
So for some reason, when we talked about this episode, I thought you were going to have me pick my favorite in each park.
Oh,
and
do
so
that.
So the list I made was my favorite in each park and then my favorite resort bar.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's play that game.
That's what I have prepared. So I have to do it this way. So in Magic Kingdom, my favorite, I mean, I could say Beacon Barrel because it's easy. That's the only bar. But actually, my favorite place to get a drink and a snack is Jungle Skipper Canteen.
Oh, yeah.
I really like their margarita. It's one of the better margaritas on property. And they just have really good like snacks and small plates food. So there's a lot of times where I'll book a reservation there just to get a drink and a snack.
I approve.
Okay. And then why don't you do yours, Magic Kingdom, and then we'll flip back and forth.
Okay. So my Magic Kingdom is going to be Beak and Barrel.
Fair.
I mean, it's number one, it's new and shiny. But number two, it's Pirates of the Caribbean themed. And, you know, like we said, it's one of the more immersive spots in Disney World for food and drink. And if you're a Pirates fan like myself, you're going to freak out over Beacon Barrel.
So it is very cool.
It's so cool. It's another one of those like interactive bars. I love the parrot, Rummy the parrot that like pops out every once in a while and is like singing and talking to everybody. I love all of the intricately carved wood that looks like you'd find it in like the captain's quarters of a ship. And behind the bar, the wood resembles like that skull and everything. It's just the way that the Imagineers that they designed it and put the whole thing together is utterly brilliant. Like the details that they've used in that bar they just went above and beyond. Like they did it. They did that. The only thing that I would like that would make this bar even better, even cooler is if Jack Sparrow made appearances.
That would be really cool.
They
like
should,
how the stormtroopers come into Oga's. That would be super cool.
Yeah, they should 1000% do that.
Maybe they will.
Who do we need to call to make that happen? That would be rad. Okay, so that's my Magic Kingdom.
And I will say one of the main reasons I didn't pick that is because I think every single food item has peppers in it, and I'm allergic to peppers, so I've never got to try any of the food there.
I haven't eaten any of the food there either. I just go in for, my 2 drinks and then peace out.
So, okay. So let's move down the monorail and go to Epcot.
Yeah.
So I think my favorite bar lounge, we're not talking kiosk. I'm not going to talk like stand. I really love the Space 220 lounge. Yeah. I think they have really fun, cute drinks, and just the whole, you're sitting in space, sipping a cocktail is really neat. And the cool thing is in the lounge, you can order a lot of the food you would get in the prefix meal. You can order it a la carte. So you don't have to order that huge expensive meal. You can just sit down and order one of the appetizers or one small entree, or even just go have a dessert. So I enjoy, and it's cold. It is ice cold in there because there are no windows because you're in space.
Yeah.
So Space 220 is my Epcot lounge.
That's a good one. I love how immersive that one is too. It's a really cool one. It's a fun one for kids. Epcot, my original list didn't even have an Epcot on it. Okay, I know. I'm going to choose in Italy, Tutto Gusto. So they have the restaurant there, Tutto Italia. And then attached to it on the backside is a wine bar. It's like a cave in there. You feel like you're in a wine cellar. It's called Tutto Gusto. And it one of the things that I love is that you can order the food in there from the restaurant, which is really delicious. Just their spaghetti is unreal. But they have great wine flights there. Every once in a while they'll do like a wine tasting that you can book a wine tasting there. Sometimes they'll do, especially during food and wine. It's just a really cool, very laid back place. And I love places like that because, you can go in there after you've been sweating in the park all day long and it's bright and hot outside and crowded, and you can go in there and just find a dark corner and just be and just relax. So Tutto Gusto, I think that's going to be my Epcot pick. The wine is great. The food is great. Love it.
I forgot about that one, but that one is a really fun one.
Yeah.
All right. Next, let's move across the Skyliner now.
Shall we?
Hop to Hollywood Studios so we can both just say Oga's and move on.
So we can both just say Oga's and move on. Okay.
Zero competition. Nope. There's no competition.
There's no competition. My question was going to be, because we both know we love Oga's. We're big Star Wars nerds. We're always going to pick Oga's. If you couldn't pick Oga's, what would you pick?
I'd probably pick. I really like Baseline Tap House. I
That's a good
like
one.
that little patio area, the charcuterie board. Not
Yeah.
a ton of drink options, but the ones that they do have are very tasty. They've got a lot of different like beers and ciders. So I really like Baseline. It's just a nice, relaxing little area.
Yeah. I'd go with the Hollywood Brown Derby lounge,
it.
the outside. Girl, get yourself a Cobb salad and have a drink.
I'm gonna do it.
It's so good. But no, Oga's for sure. You cannot beat the immersion at Oga's. You can't beat I'm sure that's like our favorite overall bar for both of us.
Everywhere.
It's just so good.
That's so good. I love it. Okay. And then since there's no Disney transportation other than a bus, we're taking a bus to Animal Kingdom. I'm going, I think I have to go Nomad because it's just so relaxing. It's so wonderful. So got to stick with Nomad.
And the food's really great there too.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
I love sitting outside at Nomad. If it's cool enough outside, if I don't need a reprieve from the heat, I love sitting outside there. Nomad is definitely it. And then what about your bar at a hotel at a Disney resort?
Well, since I've never been to Trader Sam's, so I can't say that one.
That's going to be your favorite. I'm calling it right now.
I know, I probably will. Man, that one's hard because it was jelly rolls for the longest time, and then they got rid of jelly rolls. So it kind of, we do like Abracadabra. I actually really, really enjoy Hurricane Hannah's poolside bar because even if you're not staying at the resort, it's right there by that beach. You can sit there, and I'm going to say that one.
Yeah.
They have good drinks. You can sit there by the pool. It's not in the pool, but you can sit right next to the pool. You can go sit down on the beach, and they have the movies out there sometimes. So you can just grab a cocktail and walk around the boardwalk. So I really enjoy that little bar. That's a nice one.
I agree. The food's great there. It's really picturesque. That's a good one. My favorite though is going to be Trader Sam's Grotto at the Polynesian. I've mentioned it like 10 times in this episode. I talk about it all the time. It's like Oga's and Trader Sam's for me, 1A, 1B. It's nearly impossible to describe like how insane that bar is. It's like the decor is crazy. It's the most tiki bar that has ever tiki barred. That's the vibe. And they have nods to the Tiki Room and the Jungle Cruise and Typhoon Lagoon. There's just all of these little Easter eggs in there, and it's so interactive. And the bartenders are just like so into it. They're on point all of the time. And then when you order a certain type of drink, different things happen in the bar. Cool. So if you order like a Nautilus, it triggers this.
Don't tell me, I haven't been yet.
All right.
What if I want to order a Nautilus?
I'm just going to say crazy things happen. You're going to get, there's bubbles. There might be seawater sprayed. There might be volcanoes. There might be tiki gods coming to life. It's just all kinds of crazy things happening.
All right. So I saw we surveyed our agency too. So hit me with the results, Ash.
Okay. So we surveyed our agency to ask them what their absolute favorite bar or lounge was in Disney World. And I fear this is going to be like many of our surveys where our favorites don't make the cut. So brace yourself. Every week, dude. Okay. 5th place, Nomad Lounge at Animal Kingdom.
Okay. Well
deserved. 4th place was kind of shocking to me. It's a pool bar. It's Bar Riva, or Riva, however you want to say it. Riva at the Riviera Resort. And then 3rd place, Trader Sam's at the Polynesian. I think it should have been ranked higher. 2nd place, Beacon Barrel. Liz, brace yourself.
Oh,
1st place, Enchanted Rose at the Grand Floridian.
I've learned to be disappointed by these surveys.
Like by a wide margin, dude. By a wide margin. And here's the thing. Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney movie. Belle is my favorite princess. So naturally, like, I love that bar. I really, really do. Is it number 1 in Disney World? Like, I just, apparently it is. This is one of those things where it's like, are we missing something? What have we done wrong?
So everyone that voted for that, please tell me the drink I have to order to change my tune, because I don't think I'd put that in my top 10.
Yeah. I like I don't know, dude.
Yeah. All right. We're letting it slide. Letting it go. Moving on with my life.
We're letting it go, dude.
I'm not as floored by that as I was by Caribbean Beach. So still, I flew on the Skyliner over this weekend and went,
No.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
What's the
Strava,
buzz?
moving on.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk favorite drinks really quick.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. So I'll let you start this one out. Favorite? Are we doing like top 5 or just like our favorite overall drinks?
I just kind of did my favorite overall drinks. I just
Okay.
made a list. They're not in any order.
Particular order.
Yeah, I didn't rank
All
them.
right.
I can
me.
tell you my absolute favorite number 1 drink, and that's going to be the orange Grand Marnier slush from Epcot. It is perfect. It is perfection. It tastes like a dreamsicle, and I love it. It's so good. And this is a really perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. Some of the kiosks have better drinks than the bars. Like Grand Marnier slush is just from a kiosk in front of the French Pavilion in Epcot, and it is a major crowd pleaser. So that's my number 1 overall French pick, orange Grand Marnier slush. I also love in Epcot the violet sake in Japan. And I love, this is a dangerous one, the frozen black cherry bourbon lemonade. Have you had this?
Oh my God.
Dude, my cousin recently turned me onto this bad boy, like within the last 2 years. It's so dangerous, y'all. It's at the Fife and Drum, that little kiosk out in front of the American Adventure Pavilion. Holy smokes. It's sneaky because it's so refreshing and so yummy, but after one, I'm zonked. Like I'm done. I'm totally done. At Oga's, I love the iconic Yub Nub. We've got 6 of these Yub Nub glasses. It's our fine china, okay?
It's fine.
It's our fine china. Honestly, though, at Oga's, I do love the Yub Nub, but my favorite drink at Oga's is the Bespin Fizz.
Oh, I
Love
do
that
like that one.
Yeah. And then at Trader Sam's, I'm going to have to go with the Tahitian Torch. There's honestly so many really good ones at Trader Sam's, but the Tahitian Torch is my favorite. And there's like a million more around the parks, but we simply don't have the time. But what about you?
So, okay, I'm going to save my favorite for last, but the bourbon one was actually on my list too. The black cherry bourbon lemonade, just because it's so refreshing, but it like knocks your socks off.
Yeah.
So stinking good.
Yeah.
We're not going in order. I don't have to rank these. Okay.
No,
we're
whatever.
just going to go down the list.
Yeah.
There is an old fashioned at the Whispering Canyon Lodge that now I get. It's a cherry old fashioned, and it is so good. I love a good old fashioned. But this one, it's got cherry flavoring in it, and they put it in like the smoke glass and they smoke it too. Oh, it's so stinking good.
I love
You can
that.
just sip that bad boy all day. And it's delicious, especially when you're eating at Whispering Canyon too, because you're getting all that smoked barbecue, all the brisket, things like that. And then you get this old fashioned with black cherries in it. Oh, it's just so stinking good. One of my refreshing, I've got to do it every time I go, is the marvelous watermelon margarita on the boardwalk. Have you tried this before?
No.
So there's a kiosk right on the boardwalk called Boardwalk Joe's Marvelous Margaritas.
Okay.
It's just a little stand, and they have this watermelon margarita on the rocks with black salt around the rim to kind of look like watermelon seeds. It is sublime.
Danger.
It is and I love this drink so much that back in the day when we would be waiting in line to get into Jelly Rolls, I would hightail it down to Boardwalk Joe's, get myself a margarita to sip while I was waiting in line to go into Jelly Rolls. So
genius. I love that.
oh yes. Another one that I love, this is number 4, is the Moara Margarita in Pandora. If you've ever had this, another kiosk drink. It's a frozen margarita that they put little boba balls in, and it is delicious and refreshing. And we get it, and we walk down the bridge towards Africa, and my husband shoots the boba balls like spitballs. But my all-time homegirl, love it, want it, first drink I had postpartum when I was free to have alcohol after having the baby. The world famous, delicious, nutritious Jedi mind trick. I walk into Oga's and I don't even consider the menu they hand me. I just order myself a mind trick and call it a day. They have a lot of good drinks there, but I just love it.
Their drinks are so inventive.
They're so clever. That was one that I actually asked the bartender once, hey, how do you guys make this? And he kind of gave me a very rough recipe for it, just basically what was in it.
Yeah.
And so I went out, I bought all the materials, and we had a night just trying to put this thing together with the right portions. It was very fun. So we took some time, but we nailed it. So
send me the recipe.
There's like 7 ingredients though. And it is when we say they're inventive with these cocktails at Disney, there were four different ingredients I had never even used in a drink, and I was a bartender for 15 years, and I had never used any, like 4 of these ingredients I'd never used in a drink before. So
I love it.
They're very, very cool. So we asked our agency the same thing to kind of give us their favorite. So I'm just going to give you a little rundown of what they are.
Yeah.
Lots of people said margaritas. There are so many margaritas in all of Disney, but especially in the Mexico Pavilion. There's the avocado margarita, there's a blood orange margarita, there's a mango margarita, there's a lime margarita.
Yeah.
Lots of margaritas were brought up in that survey. Your Yub Nub was a very big hit. Lots of people brought up the Yub Nub. Tis very delicious. Espresso martinis, very popular drink choice. The Pog Mimosa, which if you know anything about Pog juice, Disney's known for. It's passion fruit.
It's passion fruit. Passion fruit orange. Passion fruit orange juice and grapefruit juice. It's Pog. Yeah.
It's Pog juice. And they add that to champagne, call it a Pog Mimosa. And then one of the most popular was the Grand Marnier slush from the France Pavilion.
Yeah.
Which is very, very tasty.
Solid.
So there you go. Rundown of Disney bars. If you didn't feel like having a cocktail before, you definitely do now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, we have no time for Magical Mailbag today because we talked far too much about booze.
Whoops.
So, as always, if you have any questions, comments, happy thoughts, do send them to us on our Instagram. DM them to us on Instagram for a chance to have them featured on future episodes. That's all the time we have for today. Be sure to follow and subscribe to Dreams and Destinations on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Remember, new episodes drop every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so come back and see us next week for more.
And if you don't already, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Dreams and Destinations Podcast. And don't forget to follow A Dream and a Wish Travel Co. on social media. You can visit our agency website or any of our Instagrams to request a vacation quote. The links are in the show notes. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to tune in next week for a very, very special May the 4th be with you Star Wars episode, where we will take an in-depth look at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disney's Hollywood Studios. And, little spoiler, we will have a very special guest joining us who is a current cast member at Galaxy's Edge. So stick around. It's going to be a fun one next week.
Bye.
Your imagination, our inspiration will take you coast to coast, no hesitation. From Paris lights to Tokyo nights, we'll find the magic in